Welcome to SFN, your preeminent source for space and defense news and all things tangentially related. We're your hosts, loyal to the foil here at Houston Mission Control, and we've got Alara of Sirius on the Rocinante in low Earth orbit, and we're here live every Sunday night.
For them to cheat?
I didn't say
just
that.
a little bit. You said, to be fair, it was
It's
only
fine.
a check
I
on the
understand. You're
Twitter.
not-
That's what you said. You got to live by your word.
I am.
That's the problem. The media has to start living by the truth and not try to create a narrative.
Good evening, Space Peeps. Here we are, Sunday night, Space Force News. I am your host, Alara of Sirius, here with my wicked smart co-host, Loyal to the Foil.
What up, Space Peeps?
What up, Loyal to the Foil? What's
They
going
love
on?
that you're on the Rocinante today, and
What
you
is
would
the-
know.
What is that?
Isn't that a shame, guy? I keep trying to tell her about the Expanse. She just listen,
Oh, this is
Beltalora.
Expanse. Oh, this is Expanse.
That's
talk.
again. We going to rise up,
Oh, okay.
Baratna.
I think the
Yeah.
inspector made me watch one episode of that, and I think I remember that from that. Good evening, Space Peeps. Hello, Joeen, Chef Matt, Elise, Time is Broken Underground, Mikey, Divine Fractal, Christina Love, Queen Fisher, Sol Rico, Detox with Tessa, Lotus, Sean Joe, Rainbow Snuggle Friends, Kip True. Welcome, new Space Peeps. You don't know it, but you're going to be assimilated into the Space Force News crowd. Those
You
that are
will
new.
be assimilated.
That's right, because this show's lots of fun, huh?
Sorry about last week, guys. Alara was abducted.
Yeah, we know. Funny too, because I was right where I didn't even know that's where Travis Walton got abducted, where I went. I had no idea.
Was the probing as bad as they say it is?
Oh, stop with the probing jokes.
Inquiring minds
I
want
don't
to
think
know,
that's
man.
funny. Not all aliens.
Oh, I think it's
do
hysterical.
that. Well, I don't think it's funny. Good evening, peeps. Hi, Janet. Hi, Becky. I'm just gonna ignore you. Hi, Debbie. I'm just gonna ignore you. So, did you guys like the opener? I couldn't find the Mars lander one with the bongo guy. Man, I looked everywhere. I hit up friends. I couldn't find it. So yeah.
Every time I hear that song, it for at least a week.
That's
stuck
one.
in my head.
That one's like my favorite one though, with like Pepe twerking and like, oh, that one's so good. I don't know who did that, but whoever did that, you're awesome. Okay, space friends. So for tonight's show, we've got electric air taxis, right? At least we're getting air something, you know? It's about time.
Right? Can we get the flying cars now?
Right? It should have been like a long time ago. Light-powered spacecraft. This stuff's pretty interesting. NASA lands on nuclear propulsion. We've got portal to the fifth dimension. Russia prepares for an EU breakup, right? Putin just puts it down, right? He gives no. We need the,
Yeah,
where's
he
the fake
definitely-
news button? You got to bleep it out when I go to cuss. You got to hit.
It's fake.
Yeah. So
Oh.
It was false and fake and never happened.
It never happened.
China trust exercise, DoD China task force, NASA Lunar Outpost. We got Mark Sargent sent me some UFO videos. We're going to be playing those.
Oh, they're
good.
awesome.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. So shout out
They're
to Mark
awesome.
Sargent. Yeah.
Woo!
So we're going to be playing those and so much more. For now, we'll be going to, like, you could tell I'm not really good at this part yet. But so yes, now a word from our sponsor.
Moving on up.
Shut up, Foil.
Do you want to bring balance to all the wireless radiation fields in your life, including 5G? The Omnia Radiation Balancer is a small sticker you can stick on any device. It changes the state of the field and creates a new resonance between the wireless radiation and your energy field. On the link below, you'll see all our testing results that show how the body responds excellently once you've made this change in your life. Plus, here's a special discount code at the store. Just enter SFN at the checkout. It's easy to bring balance back to your body with the Omnia Radiation Balancer.
Yes, and we're back. So if you're interested in bringing balance back to your life and getting an Omnia Radiation Balancer, Use the code SFN at checkout. The link is in the description below for a 10% discount when you check out.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so...
Stickers all around.
Oh, that's what you're talking... I thought you were talking about some other stickers. Okay, so shall we jump into Space Force news? Well, first we got super chats from last week. Special thanks to Spirish Malonin. Look, I said it right. Yeah, man. And Christina Love, thank you so much from your donations from Conspiracy Couch. And by the way, I thought Conspiracy Couch was lit.
Oh, that was so much fun.
It really was. Like
I'm so glad we came back with that episode. That was great.
I didn't know how that would go, honestly, at all, in any way, shape, or form. But I think it went really, really well, and it was very, very entertaining for those that haven't checked out the Conspiracy Couch comeback episode. Yeah, so we'll be doing it every other Thursday, just like we used to do at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, and the next episode will be Bigfoot. So you got some epic.
Thanks for letting me know.
You got some epic Bigfoot stories. Come on with the epic Bigfoot stories. Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to pull some great rednecks hunting Bigfoot videos for us.
Oh,
you already know what it is. Them are the only ones I trust. I keep telling you.
All right, so let's jump into some Space Force news. How about it?
Break it down.
All right, well, let's do it. Here we go. Okay, so Space Force starts transitioning cybersecurity professionals into its ranks.
Oh, they're transitioning.
Space Force started receiving its first cybersecurity personnel from other military services at the beginning of February, the Chief of Space Operations said recently. Most of those cyber personnel transitioning into the new force come from within the Department of the Air Force, which oversees the Space Force. In total, the force has brought in 2,400 of the 6,400 active duty cyber personnel it's planning for. General John Raymond, commanding general of the Space Force, told reporters during a Defense Writers Group media call. These cyber guardians, what members of the Space Force are called, will be protecting satellites and other space-based aspects. Protecting satellites and other space-based assets from hacking. While Space Force leaders often repeat they want to keep the newest branch of the military lean, cyber personnel is one category they're actively bringing on board.
Imagine that.
There's a spectrum of threats that are out there. Everything from reversible jamming of satellites and GPS satellites, communication satellites, GPS satellites, Raymond said, and then there's cyber threats. So I take that as what? Cyber threats unrelated to satellites? What does that mean?
I mean, they could go maybe right for mission control. Don't mess with the satellites. Yeah, like
threats not involving satellites is how I take that. Anyway, yeah. Civilian leadership in the Department of the Air Force has put greater emphasis on satellite security. At the DEF CON 2020 conference, the Air Force and Space Force partnered with ethical hackers to find better ways to harden their cyber defenses. Working with outside experts helped the department to better identify vulnerabilities. But now the force wants its own cyber personnel to boost its cyber expertise. They will be part of our crew force. They'll understand the cyber terrain of space and will help us protect the critical domain from that threat, Raymond said of the new cyber operators in Space Force. Space Force acquisition professionals have also been at work to increase cybersecurity by inking new deals with private security companies. One recent deal with X-Age Security will build a zero trust style security system to protect space outside. I'm just going to cover your face with this monitor that I read the articles. I'm just going to...
can't see me?
Yeah, but I got to get your complete energy of your field away where I can't see any of you. I don't know how... Here, let me see if I can... Just move it enough where I...
Oh, look at that, guys.
I can't see foil whatsoever. Hateful. Hey, Keystone. Good to see you. Path above duality.
Hello.
Blue eyes. So good to see you. Yeah, man. Hi, Amber. Ambi. Well, it's Ambi, not Amber. Whoops. My bad. All right. So Space Force says new anti-jamming upgrade coming in 2022. The Space and Missile Systems Center completed 3 virtual tests of new anti-jamming capability for satellite communications in the final months of 2020. The center announced on February 17th. Why is it always on the 17th that they make these sort of announcements? I mean, I'm just saying. Like, you know. Right? Legit. The Mitigation and Anti-Jam Enhancement Program will provide advanced anti-jamming support for wideband global SATCOM.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
STRATCOM, you're thinking of strategic Yeah, right. Strategic communication. It's all right. It's a thing.
We don't know what
it's
I'm
totally a
thinking
thing.
of, Foil. We really don't know what I'm thinking.
I always know what you're thinking of.
All right. The mitigation and okay, we already did that. So wideband global SATCOM, which provides satellite communications to American warfighters around the world. Once operational, the capability will allow the WGS constellation to pinpoint and mitigate attempts to jam its signal. The MAGE system will double the anti-jam capabilities for 16,000 plus users. Program manager said in a statement, the system will provide software and hardware upgrades to the Army's global SATCOM configuration control element, the ground system used to detect, identify, locate, and mitigate interference with WGS satellites. The 3 tests, conducted virtually with support from prime contractor Boeing over 18 days, verified system design and MAGE's ability to provide telemetry and successful locate signals interfering with WGS satellites, SMC said. The 3 tests conducted were the maintenance, engineering, evaluation, the payload application of software, formal qualification testing, and first article test, FAT, increment 4. The last in the list is the test that demonstrated the system's ability to geolocate signals interfering with WGS. A 5th and final increment will complete multi-capability and end-to-end testing, clearing the way for the system to begin interface verification with Army subsystems.
They better. China is all about satellite jamming at the moment.
Oh yeah, they're totally with that program. Totally with that program.
I don't know why they're.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's glad good Boeing is doing something though. They're not having any luck with those planes. So.
Yo, Tyler, what's up? Good show earlier. I checked it out. It was lots of fun. Hey, Zulu, good to see you again.
The koala.
Yeah, welcome, new.
Hello, Tyler Koala.
Yeah, we troll Elon
The
hard.
decider.
Hey, we troll Elon harder than you guys do, than you flat earthers. So I'm sure.
That's my guy.
You won't mind hanging out.
I was really surprised about the book, though. I had no idea about
what
that.
book? What are you talking about?
From the Flat Earth show where they showed us the book that was written like however many years ago.
Oh,
Mark,
that blew my mind. Yeah, that blew my mind.
Yeah, but they're talking about the guy that went to Mars, whatever. His name was Elon. I was like, oh, here we go.
I'm telling you. There's some kind of conspiracy going on this planet, and
there is always some kind of conspiracy.
And it's deep, man. Have you seen the new Simpsons stuff? There's all kinds of new stuff in the Simpsons too, like all kinds of new stuff.
They wowed me out. I will have you know that I did order a Flat Mars Society T-shirt from Amazon.
I might have to get David Weiss's app. That app is pretty legit, dude.
It was lit.
Yeah,
Guys, I still think the Earth is round, but
yeah,
I welcome all conspiracies. Right.
All right, but seriously though, I'm gonna get a new smartphone at some point, you guys. I'm gonna keep the flip, but at some point, like I'll just join the rest of society. Like I won't use it all the time, but I'll have it, right? Yeah, but I'm not gonna use it, man. I ain't gonna be like those people that are like texting each other.
That's what they
I will
want
not
you
be
to
assimilated.
think.
I will not be assimilated. Period. So I'll keep
That's
it
what we all
somewhere
said.
else. But the point is, when I get that phone, I'm gonna put the Flat Earth app on it. That's the point.
Good
all right. So with Biden's backing, Space Force threatens to accelerate the arms race. Oh boy.
Good.
Right? Republicans' recent loss of control over the federal government means it's fake outrage season in Washington, D.C. Last week, conservative lawmakers marked occasion by lambasting. Is it lambasting or based? I think
it is lambasting.
Lambasting? Thank you.
Yes, it is lambasting.
Lambasting White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, circle back Psaki, for allegedly failing to show sufficient reverence for the Space Force. That's right. You did. You suck.
Right.
The new branch
the
of the U.S.
today.
Armed... Don't even imitate her. Don't even give her that much. New branch of the U.S. Armed Forces established in 2019 under the administration of Donald Trump to assert U.S. military dominance in outer space. At a press conference in February 2nd, circle back Psaki responded to a question about President Joe Biden's support for Trump's creation by joking about the Space Force being the plane of today, a reference to how she had fielded questions about the color of Air Force One during the previous day's press conference and how the questions about the Space Force were subsequently taking center stage. It's an interesting question. I'm happy to check with our Space Force point of contact. Circle back Psaki did something like that. I'm not sure who that is. I will find out, see if we have any update on that. While most wouldn't have batted an eyelash at those remarks, Republicans flew into a fury. Representative Mike Rogers of Alabama, the leading Republican on the House Armed Services, accused Psaki of using an entire branch of our military as a punchline of a joke, which I'm sure China would find funny. Thank you so much,
You are,
Phil
I was just going to say, you want me to read?
Oh, Phil,
the
no,
super
I'll
chats?
read.
I was
I'll
gonna-
read this one. Yo, no. Don't go out of your way, Foil. Don't get rid. So Phil Christopher says Space Force is SSP. Indeed, Phil Christophers. Yes, it is. That's right. This is why.
Thank you.
This is why, even though it's not too exciting right now, we decode the Space Force news every week because we know that one of these days it's going to get
super excited.
It's going to get really exciting. Hey, it's going to get really exciting.
It's going to be lit.
Yeah, one of these days we're going to have that show where it's going to be like, okay, they decloaked the ships.
This is not a drill.
Right, this is not a drill. Right? Who knows? It's going to get interesting either way, guys. Disclosure's coming, so, right? We had to get on it. We couldn't believe nobody was doing the Space Force news when we started doing this. We're like, how come people don't understand this is the secret space program?
Somebody's got to be first.
But I guess a lot of people. I guess I wouldn't know if I didn't know what I know. Right? I wouldn't know that there was one and it was that advanced. I wouldn't know. So, yeah, I love it. I love this show, and we have the greatest crowd. I love everything about this show. I don't
With
say
no
that.
doubt.
Well, and my co-host is wicked smart. You know what I mean?
Wicked smart.
She's wicked smart. All right, so where was I? See, now you distracted me, Foil. Or no,
Imagine
you didn't
that.
distract me this time. It was someone else.
Aw, thanks, Above Duality. He says, what do you call a man with a seagull on his head? Cliff.
I don't get it. What do you call a man with a
But
seagull on his head?
Hey, you call him Cliff.
I don't get it. That one just went completely over my head, like I completely don't get it. But thank you very much, Above Duality. So where were we? I mean, we're not going to read this whole arc. I'm just saying they're even pissed off about Paskey's disrespect towards the Space Force. So we don't like it. Space Force News doesn't like it, and apparently there's some House Republicans that don't particularly like it either. Paskey. Is the P silent? Is it Saki? Maybe one of these days we'll have it figured out. But I don't care about mutilating her name until then because she deserves it. So
have at it.
Right.
Right.
We got a lot of Space Force and SpaceX news tonight, so. But we got some good nature break, right? Hey, I've got these. Hey, you gotta stay focused, Alara. I got these two lovebirds outside. No lie. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys what they're like later. I got a clip for you. But they're like doves, and these two are completely in love. Like, I mean.
Aww.
Yeah, they sit on my fence and coo at each other and tickle, and now they're building a nest. These two are, in it to win it. I'm telling you, we're going to have baby birds here at any time, man. They're like my buddies now, though. They hang out with me. I talk to them. They talk to me. We had a moment.
all the creatures.
We had a moment. Yeah, it was great. So I'm going to show you what they act like in a little while, guys. I'll show you a clip of how they act. They're pretty cool. So despite its small size, Space Force plans to have its voice heard in the Pentagon. We've been doing space operations for years under Air Force, but as a service, we now have to advocate for new resources. Space Force is by far the smallest branch of the U.S. military and will have to punch above its weight to get its share of military funding and other resources, said Lieutenant General B. Chance Salzman, Deputy Chief of Space Operations. The Space Force was carved out of the former Air Force Space Command, so it has people with lots of experience operating satellites and launching rockets. When are we going to get away from the rock?
I'm ready for you two to dive into human design.
Yeah, I got your email, Spirish, and yeah, I'm very fascinated by all that, but currently, right now, I'm in the Tartaria rabbit hole. So I got Tartaria. Yeah, it's Tartaria. But anyways.
The tarantulas of Tartaria, the Tartantias.
I'm in the mud flood Tartaria rabbit hole right now. So eventually when I get unstuck, then I'll have to go into the human design because that stuff is really interesting. Thank you for sending that to me. Okay, so where was I? The Space Force was okay, we already did that, right? Lots of people, lots of experienced satellites launching rockets, right? That's what triggered me, was hearing the word rocket. Okay, so we're back. But as an independent military service, it now has to become proficient in the I'm covering your head so I can't see you. Bureaucratic processes that all the services have to navigate in order to get funding and support for their initiatives. We've been doing space operations for years under the Air Force, but as a service, we now have to advocate for new resources. So Salzman is Deputy Chief of Space Operations for Operations, Cyber and Nuclear. He described his role as the Chief Operating Officer of the Space Force. With about 16,000 people in its ranks, half military and half civilians, the Space Force is less than 1/10 the size of the Marine Corps. Will always be the smallest, said Salzman. Somehow I doubt that, though, actually. But the Space Force will still have to make sure its budget proposals and other matters related to space are heard at the Pentagon. We have to stand up to service-level responsibilities to build our budget and advocate for small initiatives. That takes a lot of bureaucratic input and coordination, he said. The chief of Space Force, General Raymond, is a member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the body of the most senior uniformed leaders that advises the Defense Secretary and the President of the United States. Okay, this is dragging on too much. It's dragging on
They are
too
determined
much.
to make sure somebody listens when they have something to say.
Right, that's
right?
the point, basically, and I'm not going through the whole thing because we have
All right,
way
listen,
too many Space Force articles today. Like, way too
Okay,
many.
well, the chat wants to know about Tartaria. So it's like an area, like Russia, Mongolia, actually a very wide swath of land. Not really East Asia, but Central East Asia.
It's a hidden
A few hundred
civilization.
years ago, yeah, that had high tech, giant people, big ass books, like huge doors. Like
Oh.
there's all these pictures that they got.
You've been down
Yeah.
the rabbit hole, I see.
Oh yeah, quite yeah.
Yeah.
There are still. I told you there are still Tartars in Russia. However, there was some mud flood, is what they. I mean, just they
Allegedly.
apparently took it out. Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
And then they built on top of it. I mean, like literally built on top of it. It was wild.
I mean, I will
But
say
yeah,
that I never put it together either.
but
We
it
don't
may
need-
be close to Narnia. At least I'm just saying it might be.
We should do like a
Seems like a-
Tartaria special, like, because we can't go into it right now. There's too much news to cover, right? But we should do that. Like, just go through all the how do you say it?
Tartaria.
Tartaria evidence, and just go through it and do like a little Tartaria decode and see what the peeps think that haven't heard of it. It's quite an extensive rabbit hole. Let me tell you, it's very deep. I've been
There's a
stuck
lot
in
there,
it for a
truly.
long time.
It's
Yeah,
kinda
the
weird.
guy. Yeah, anybody who's been in that rabbit hole, the guy that plays the steel drums, he plays the steel drums while he's showing pictures of like I just vibe out with
Oh,
that.
I
guy.
thought
I'm
you were
like,
talking
this is
about
great.
wee papa, buddy buddy, buddy papa, buddy papa. Not that guy.
Those aren't steel drums, Foil.
Oh, I don't know. It's stuck in my head now. You mentioned it earlier. This is your fault.
Yeah. NASA awards contract to launch initial elements for Lunar Outpost. Here we go.
This fake news was indeed fake news.
All right.
Did I do it?
Yeah.
Am I doing this right?
NASA has selected space exploration technology Spacex of Hawthorne, California, to provide launch services to the agency's power and propulsion element, and habitation and logistics outpost, HALO, the foundational elements of the Gateway. As the first long-term orbiting outpost around the moon, wah, 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 hit the button.
Right.
We don't want fake news.
The Gateway is critical to supporting sustainable astronauts missioned under the agency's Artemis program. After integration on Earth, the PPE and HALO are targeted to launch together no earlier than May 2024 on a Falcon Heavy rocket from Launch Complex 39A and NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The total cost to NASA is approximately $331.8 million, including the launch service and other mission-related costs. The PP is a 60-kilowatt class solar electric propulsion spacecraft that also will provide power, high-speed communications, attitude control, and the capability to move the Gateway to different lunar orbits, providing more access to the moon's surface than ever before.
What? How did I not see this article?
I think you're the one that sent it to me, so I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure I probably did.
I really don't know, Foil. That's a great question. The HALO is the preserved living quarters where astronauts who visit the Gateway, they're being kind of cryptic here. Often
Yeah, I was
on-
gonna say this is sounding
Yeah,
awfully sus.
Right? Often on their way to the moon will work. It will provide command and control and serve as the docking hub for the outpost. HALO will support science investigations, distribute power, provide communications for visiting vehicles, and lunar surface expeditions, and supplement the life support systems aboard Orion. What's Orion? We do Space Force News and I don't even know what
Bruh.
Orion is. NASA spacecraft will deliver Artemis astronauts to the Gateway. What is the Gateway?
Man, Stargate.
What are they
the hell else
talking
are they
about, dude? What are they even
We're
talking
the
about?
worst news ever, dude. We have no idea.
No, like we do this every week. We should know all about the gateway. How come we don't know
Well,
about this?
Hold on, I'm about to find out.
Yeah, would you
now I
get
need
on
to
it,
know.
Foil? Yeah. About 1/6 the size of the International Space Station, the Gateway will function as a way station. Located tens of thousands of miles at its farthest distance from the lunar surface in a
Okay.
near reticular halo orbit. It will serve as a rendezvous. Is it rendezvous? What?
Rendezvous. No, it's rendezvous.
Rendezvous?
Yeah. I always say
Rendezvous?
rendezvous, but rendezvous. Yeah.
Well, I'm a very literal person. What can I say? It will serve as a rendezvous point for Artemis astronauts traveling to lunar orbit aboard Orion prior to transit to low Earth orbit and the surface of the moon. From this
Okay, listen.
Okay, go hit it.
Okay. All right. Orion allegedly is a spacecraft that's built to take humans farther than they've ever gone before. Orion will serve as the exploration vehicle that will carry the crew to space, provide emergency. It says emergency abort capability. I guess. Whatever. Sustain the crew during space travel and provide safe re-entry from deep space return velocities. Where the hell are they going?
know.
Will launch.
They going in their ion drive or their little nuclear
Right.
propelled engine?
Right.
Yeah.
And then Artemis. Didn't they mention Artemis? I mean, that's the moon. They're trying to build crap on the moon. That's what Artemis is. I knew that part. But Orion.
Yeah, I knew that too.
somehow-
But how come we didn't know about the other ones, the Gateway and the Orion?
Man. Well, I mean, they got to put the Cislunar Highway Patrol up there to protect something, right? I told you we're trying to fight to get there before China. Okay, the Gateway. This looks like a sorry-ass excuse for the space station, which is already terrible. An outpost orbiting the moon that provides support. Yeah, they're going to put a little living space orbiting the moon.
Interesting.
Mhm.
All right, so next SpaceX launch postponed. SpaceX is postponed.
Mark
It's-
Sargent says Orion is the NASA Mars project. Well, NASA clearly is telling us something different, but don't they always?
I'm just puzzled at why I didn't know about this. I'm really puzzled.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I know,
Mark.
right? Man.
Here,
Yeah, right,
the
totally.
flat earther just showed us up in space education. Really?
Imagine that.
Man.
NASA Mars project. Okay. hold on.
SpaceX has postponed its next launch of the Starlink internet satellites from Wednesday after a Falcon 9 booster missed a landing attempt in an offshore drone ship during an otherwise successful mission Monday night. The company aimed to launch a Falcon 9 rocket at 12:55 a.m. EST
Yeah.
Wednesday from Pad 39A with roughly 60 Starlink satellites, but SpaceX put a hold on launch preparations Tuesday when the Falcon 9 was expected to roll out to the Seaside Launch Complex at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. A new launch date for the Falcon 9 launch, already delayed since late January by technical issues, was not immediately available. A different Falcon 9 rocket took off at 10:39 Eastern on Monday from nearby Pad 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station and successfully delivered its 60 Starlink payloads into orbit, but the first stage booster crashed at sea, missing SpaceX rocket landing platform in the Atlantic Ocean. Something appeared to go wrong with the booster's entry burn, which helps guide the rocket toward its landing site and slow it down for the final descent. A live video feed from an onboard camera showed the rocket trailing a fiery plume after the end of the entry burn, moments before telemetry data from the vehicle cut off. A camera from SpaceX's drone ship showed an orange glow in the sky as the rocket fell into the Atlantic.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
And Mark is right. It's going to go to the moon, and then it's supposed to go to Mars. Imagine that. Well, they're trying to show up our friend Elon. I'm convinced of that, and I'll explain that later. But yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, well, I thought they were, what, NASA? You mean NASA?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I wonder what well, that's a whole nother rabbit hole. All right, so let me get to this. Where are we on here in this? Oh, no, that's, okay. You're just cracking me up today, Foil. Timing of next Virgin Galactic flight still up in the air. Virgin Galactic on Friday put off plans to make another attempt at a rocket-powered... Hold on. Virgin Galactic on Friday put off plans to make another attempt at a rocket-powered flight from New Mexico to the fringe of space, saying it needed more time for technical checks. The space tourism venture said in a social media post that its team at Spaceport America would be working to identify the next opportunity to move the testing program along as the promise of commercial flights continues to loom. The last attempt in December was cut short when computer trouble prevented the spaceship rocket from firing properly. Instead of soaring towards space, the ship and its 2 pilots were forced to make an immediate landing by gliding back down to the runway at the desert outpost in southern New Mexico.
Now, in all fairness,
yeah,
they're taking stuff up for agencies, including NASA. And I did, I bought a bunch of stock. This is the one I'm always going on about, Virgin Galactic. They better launch at some point soon. They better do something.
Well, we lost the article about Blue Origin, so.
Well, we have a bunch of private. I like the idea that we have private people trying to do something about getting people to space, and we're not just dependent. I mean, I suppose in some way they're all going to be government contractors.
Right.
They're all going to end up answering there's not going to be. I need some random dude to build something in his garage.
Nobody's going to space.
Launch.
Nobody is going to space that's not allowed to do so. Well,
absolutely.
Yeah. Let's be real here.
And depending on who you ask, there may have never been anybody going to space at all.
Oh, Bub Dwelly says apparently the Cabal members have been arrested and they're on the moon. Yeah, well,
I have been advocating for moon prisons.
I'm gonna need some sauce on that before I'm gonna completely jump on that train. So I hope it's true.
Prisons.
I really do, but I'm gonna need a little sauce with that pasta, Lieutenant.
Yeah, I agree, but
Right.
I do support moon prisons. I would just like to put that on the record.
Oh, I support that idea. Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess we will be moving on then to defense.
Oh, yay. Is it doom and gloom time?
The doom and gloom part of the show, the favorite part. It's amazing.
Yeah,
All right.
Love it.
Hit it, Foil.
All right. Right. Biden has finally announced that he's going to have a task force to review the strategy on China. Thank God, even though I don't know that much will come of that. Apparently, when he went on his initial visit to the Pentagon, he met with Secretary Austin, who said that they were going to wrap it up. They were getting some people together. They were going to have a DoD-wide China task force to look at the strategy and operational concepts and technology and force posture and so much more. I'm sure that a lot will come of that. Not so much. China, obviously, is our key rival. Whether people keep trying to point the finger at Russia, it's definitely China. He said that the task force was going to have civilian and military experts from across the DoD and give recommendations to Austin within the next few months. They better hurry up. Biden also said, he was praising the military stand down to deal with the horrible racists and extremists that just are pervasive in our military. It's a horrible situation. And also said he would never, ever dishonor our soldiers.
Sorry,
that's the guy that'll fight for you there.
I'm laughing at Above Duality. He said, haha, Biden not allowed into the Pentagon but has a task force. Okay.
Right. Yeah, it is a fallacy, flat plane Orgin. It is a fallacy for sure. All right.
All right,
we got a task force.
We're moving on to the next part of the doom and gloom segment.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting.
Images.
China.
Yeah, this is actually kind of interesting. No. Continue.
Satellite images reveal China's unusual weapon amid Taiwan tensions. Here's the thing. China, at this point, and China's doing this with... China's doing this with everybody. They're fighting what they call a gray war. It's like a war of subversion. Like they want to tire out their adversaries without doing actual war stuff. If you guys remember when we were talking about like how they very cleverly microwaved the Indian troops because they weren't allowed to shoot, like they do that. They find these loopholes. So what they've been doing to Taiwan recently, aside from skirting their air defense zone, and do you know Taiwan the other day had to actually put missiles on deployment ready to shoot because China just kept flying into their airspace? Do you know what would happen if they would actually fire on a Chinese plane? Like, it would be all bad. But in any case, so what they've been doing, aside from just wearing down the military by having them constantly on alert, they're doing dumb shit like sand dredging. If you want to show the little pictures, they have
little pictures.
Yeah, if you scroll down, like I think it shows it somewhere, they have these. Well, I mean, that's areas where they've been dredging, but go down a little bit more. They have these
There's
big...
no other pictures, Foil. You're tripping.
There should be. Click read more. Go down. Right there.
Story continues.
There you go.
There we go.
Look, boom. Look at that. They have these big sand dredging boats, and they're literally just messing up the seabed all around Taiwan. They have to keep, it's messing with their fishermen. They have to keep sending out people to try and run them off. Thanks, White Hat. Happy Sunday to you too, friend.
Happy Sunday, friends. Thank you, White Hat.
Yeah, they're trying to drive their Coast Guard crazy, and they're damaging undersea communication cables. They're intimidating people and tourists. Like, it's a big mess. But this is the kind of thing that they're doing, right? Again, like I said, it's a gray zone campaign. They claim that Taiwan is theirs. The United States has not made a definitive statement that they would absolutely go in, and we are pushing for that now. That we would actually absolutely defend our ally. I mean, even though we sell them weapons and send them troops to train their troops, and even recently had some cabinet level people over there, which really made China mad. So they're literally dredging up the seabed all around Taiwan just to drive these people crazy.
That's wild.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Just, I mean, like anything you can do. It's like a bad kid in the back seat. Like, don't, mommy's touching me. I'm not touching you. Like that's what I think of. It's crazy.
So this is interesting. A 40-ton armored vehicle drives over Chinese troops in this intense video of a really unusual trust exercise. I gotta show them the video.
Yeah, this is where they're at.
Look at this.
You gotta play the video.
Yeah, this is wild.
You gotta play the video.
Watch.
This is
Check this out,
where
guys.
they're at. Right? Make that full screen so they can see this.
Let me see if let me hit the sound button. Here we go.
Oh, this is wild.
It won't go big. What's going on here?
Oh, because it's not playing in YouTube. You got to click watch in YouTube. Now it'll go over to YouTube. There you go.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
They got the epic music, like they're about to go save some shit. Right? 谢谢姚表演. Right? Look, hell to the no. Look at that. Nope. Wouldn't be me.
Hey, we're probably going to get nicked for that music, so that's why I shut it off. Sorry, guys. We're going to have to lose the epic battle music.
I mean, it's news. Technically, they're new. I mean, yeah, it's
you'd
news.
be surprised what you get hit for by YouTube.
Isn't that wild? Now, they've done this in other countries where they have the soldiers lay, like, not horizontally. They have them laying, like, perpendicular. I guess it would be horizontal to the tank. Not perpendicular. Well, either way, that stuff is nuts.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't. No, I'm good. I wouldn't.
Ain't nobody on that.
All right. So Russia ready to break ties with EU if sanctions imposed.
This is interesting. I'm waiting to see how this plays out. So Navalny, the guy that was poisoned multiple times and he lived, he went back and he got arrested. So people are mad that he got arrested. Like, Putin ain't playing that. He don't want to hear that. He's got him locked up, but the United States has sanctioned Russia at the moment already, and now the EU is saying like they're going to sanction them too. And now at first their foreign minister said, if you guys do that, we're cutting off ties with you. Thanks, Dead Skulls. They said we're cutting off ties with you, completely. They walked it back a little, but they're still pushing like, hey, we got to be ready for any possibility. We don't know how this is going to play out. I mean, this would be bad.
Whoops, sorry.
Putin's not trying to answer at anybody. In any case, they walked the statement back. You've got thing is, you've got certain nations that have bought the vaccine from Russia and they're currently using it. You've got other ones that are involved in different areas of trade, oil, whatever. So, I mean, this would be a huge thing for the EU if this were to happen. And it's kind of funny because when Biden went the other day and he was talking to Angela Merkel and Macron from France, and they were like, yeah, we're glad you're going to leave your troops here and we're glad you're here. But just remember, our interests might not always align. Basically, with respect to Russia and China, don't necessarily expect us to just automatically follow your lead. Mm-hmm. It's kind of frightening. I mean, for the first time in history, China is Europe's biggest trade partner. It's not the U.S. This is a huge thing. And you know how I talk about the ties between China and Russia all the time, whatever, like, this is all, a big catastrophe waiting to happen, as far as I'm concerned. And that's my black pill of the day.
Wonderful.
Right.
Don't we have more?
Right.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, there's one more.
All right.
Tom Cotton.
Cotton. Give China crystal clear warning not to invade Taiwan.
I'm kind of off and on with this guy. Like, sometimes he does stuff that I think is cool, but didn't he, like, make some anti-Trump statement after the impeachment or whatever? I don't know. He did something recently that I was like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? But he has become, like, the biggest hawk as far as China goes recently. I think he's obviously trying to position himself for 2024, but without a doubt, he got up at the Reagan Institute the other day and gave an economic strategy against China. He said that we should respond to what he's saying. You know, they're sharpening rhetoric towards Taiwan, and we should come out and be 100% clear that if you guys invade Taiwan, we are going to fight for them, which we have yet to do. We had a policy for a long time where it was like, thanks, Chris Hawkins. He said he's on the phone. He's got to catch the replay. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, we had had a strategy with Taiwan. We're like, okay, we'll sell you stuff, we'll send you weapons. We're not gonna officially recognize you, but we got you. And then when Biden took office, everybody was like, now what? Well, clearly Secretary Austin is trying to reevaluate this, and Tom Cotton has come out and said, hey, we've got to be 100% clear that if this goes down, we're going to fight for these people. Australia's on alert over China. Taiwan is on constant alert over China. It's interesting. You know how we talk about China and India every week?
Mm-hmm.
Well, satellite images are showing that Chinese troops have been pulling back from the Ladakh region recently, which is a huge thing, and I want to look into for next week. That's where they were up there microwaving folks and such. So everybody's like, oh, this could be a great thing. They're withdrawing. I'm like, yeah, but for what?
Right.
To do what elsewhere? Like, what are they going to do with them troops now? They're going to focus them somewhere else? Are they just standing down? Like, what's really going on?
It's crazy how this stuff was completely chill until Sleepy Joe got into office, and now it's just...
Well, it wasn't chill. Trump was like, if you act up,
right,
you're going to get the sack up.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, I know. That's the difference.
Now they're all like, how far can we go? What is he really going to do? Everybody's testing the waters.
Yeah. Yeah, clearly that's what's going on.
Okay,
so is that it?
That is the end of our doom and gloom.
Is that it for defense?
Yes.
The end of doom and gloom. Okay,
you always look so sad. It's time for a nature break.
I think it might be time for nature break. So first, I want to show you what the birds out on my patio are like to watch day in and day out. It's very entertaining. So,
yeah, this is a new section we're doing.
Yeah.
So cheer Alara up after my black pilling.
We just started doing this the last show, where after the defense section, which is always super depressing, we do nature breaks so we could all laugh and get our vibe back. Thank you, UFO Mark. Here, I'm not gonna read it. Pair character punching air with fist and bump written on his knuckles. That's the way it comes in Restream. But anyway, I caught on. Right,
it's a fist bump pair.
Finally caught on. Yeah. Okay, so this is what the birds are like on my patio. Ready, guys?
You show.
Do I have to click the button? I think so, right? Yeah. Don't laugh at me, Foil. Is that
We're all gonna laugh at you.
I think that's the one I click. Oh, I don't know. Oh, God help me. You guys let me know if you can hear it, please. I don't know what's going on today.
You gonna show them?
Oh.
They'd probably like to see these things.
Aww.
Look at them. Why does this make me think of blue?
Legit, just like the birds on my patio.
They're saying no sound.
Right? No sound? How about now? Can you guys hear it now?
Cannibals.
Okay, I'm gonna play it again just so they can tell me if they can hear it. Can you guys hear it now? Yes, you can hear it now. Okay, good. I guys hit the wrong button. I was having sound problems before the show, you guys. It was bad. Okay, let me play it again then. Here we go.
Is it good?
Yeah, they're good. Thank you, guys. Listen to them. What you doing? They're having a full conversation, these two.
Don't make me peck your eye out. Right. That blue one's like, do I really got to stick with this guy forever?
Right?
What is he doing?
What are you
Get off
doing?
of me.
Yeah. I don't get down like that. Okay, this one's good, right? And it goes along, we got the whole birds theme going on today. This is, I mean, this is legit.
We need some educational nature break.
Here we go. Ready?
All right.
Dance of the puffin is a subtle affair. To appreciate the complexity of these movements, one must enter the mind of the puffin, like so.
Give me the beat.
Oh, hon, I meant to
You
tell you,
puffin
last night
freak.
at Pete's I rolled a full house, right?
Oh.
And I decided to go for it, and
Right.
I got a Yahtzee.
That's so
Right.
brave, hon. I always keep the odd numbers. They feel so cozy.
Oh, hold on.
This puffin
cozy.
got some stuffing for your puffin muffin.
You're so good at rhyming.
Right?
Yeah, it just kind of happened.
What are you looking at, hon?
I kind of felt a tingle.
I'll go get the laxatives.
It's different. It's like,
This puffin got some stuffing for your puffin muffin.
Muffin.
Oh, I know what you need. You want to see some boobies?
what, like right now?
Sure, why
Oh,
not?
this is great.
This booty kitty got a cute booty. Let's take it off like we're on a race of duty. This booty kitty got a cute booty. Let's take it off like we're on a race of duty. This puffin got some stuffing for your puffin muffin. Just
Give me the beat
now,
you puffin freak.
This puffin got some stuffing for your puffin muffin. Just give me the beat now, you puffin freak. This booty kitty got a cute booty. Let's take it off like we're on a race of duty. I wanna see boobies like we're in a B movie. Alright. This booty kitty got a cute booty. Let's take it off like we're on a race of duty. I wanna see boobies like we're in a B movie. Alright. This booty kitty got a cute booty. Let's take it off like we're on a race of duty. I wanna see boobies like we're in a B movie. Alright. This booty kitty got a cute booty. Let's take it off like we're on a race of duty. I wanna see boobies like we're in a B movie.
So do you, should we?
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I need socks and I need bin liners.
You mean
I don't-
to use while
I don't
we're
get
like,
that part.
Yeah.
Is he gonna do the dance again? Man. This part.
Kitty got a cute booty. Let's take it off like we're on a race of duty.
I wanna see boobies like we're in a B movie. Yeah. All right.
Ah, that's funny.
Right? That is so good. I don't know. Maybe it's just funny to us, but I think it's rather funny.
Oh no, I think they liked it.
Did you guys
Right.
like it? Yeah. Well, birds seems
Those-
to be the theme lately. I don't know what it is. I got the
The
birds.
blue feet were something else though.
Right? Look at
You
the
know?
little way that they dance, the way that they show off their feet. Like, imagine if your foot was like the main focal point for you to show off. Like, how would you
There
walk
are
like
some
them?
people
You
who
walk
have
like them.
feet as their main focal point.
Yeah, and you'd walk like them. You know? I love that though. That's super cute. Okay,
Teach his own.
right? Well, hey. Okay, so enough of nature break. We will be moving on to science. This
Woohoo.
section is called science, isn't it?
Sure. I mean, what else are we gonna call it?
What am I gonna do with her, you guys? Okay, scientists say there's a portal to the fifth dimension.
Dun dun dun.
Woo.
Right?
Yeah.
So there was a new study that was published in the European Physical Journal that says that there is now flat Earth friends don't have a heart attack. That suggests that there is a particle that can provide an explanation for dark matter. They haven't observed this particle directly, so they got to find it. And what they've been doing, apparently they've been, obviously we all know we have 4 dimensions. You've got your X and Y and Z axis, and then you've got time, right? Up, down, left, right, back, forth, and then time. Well, they are positing that there are the implications of an extra dimension would explain a lot of things, including dark matter. They were actually looking to explain the possible origin of the fermion particle masses when they were working up these theories, where they were trying to explore the possibility of 5th dimension equations. And yeah, I mean, we laugh because they're trying to use something they haven't found to define something that they don't know whether or not it exists. But we also laughed at the Higgs boson, which they eventually did find not too long ago. So, if this heavy particle exists, it would necessarily, they say, connect the visible matter that we know and that we've studied in detail with the constituents of dark matter, assuming that the dark matter is composed out of fundamental fermions, which live in the extra dimension. They say it's a possible new messenger to the dark sector. Now that alone terrifies me.
Right.
I don't even like how that's worded.
Is that why you were sending me CERN videos?
CERN stuff? Well, I'm working on a CERN video. That's going to be my next thing.
Ooh,
but
good.
I think
that'll be good.
Right?
I wonder if YouTube will let that one stay up.
Probably not. They hate me. They pulled my Bill Gates video, guys.
Oh yeah,
Freaking
so Foil's last video, they took it down YouTube, but you can find it over on Foxhole.
Yeah.
So,
No, it's not even on DLive. Rumble, BitChute.
Is it on Rumble and BitChute?
It is.
Okay, it's on Rumble, BitChute, and you can find it on Foxhole.
And Foxhole.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's freaking crazy. But so yeah, I was working on a CERN. Yeah, I'm working on a CERN video. But yes, this is one of the things. Yeah, it's like a Badden's gate. I'm convinced. It's gate to hell. I mean, they literally are already talking about things potentially passing through this dimensional portal, and so now it's very interesting that they have now published the study about portal to the 5th dimension. They can find the fermion. It's on and popping.
Great. Okay, so NASA's only realistic path for humans on Mars is nuclear propulsion.
This is why I said I feel like they're trying to step on our boy Elon's toes, right? NASA, they requested a study to be done by the National Academy of Sciences and Engineering and Medicine to figure out a new way to get to Mars. They plan on launching to Mars in 2039. Mark, I don't know, is this part of Orion? I know Orion's supposed to go to the moon and then to Mars. Is this what they're talking about? They say that, they are probably going to have to go with either some sort of sustainable nuclear space propulsion, either nuclear thermal propulsion or possibly nuclear electric propulsion that converts heat from a fission reactor. I don't know. They're looking at both ways.
Absolutely not above duality. I'm not playing the Puffin song again. I don't feel that.
This Puffin got some
stuffing for your Puffin
muffin.
Just give me the beak. Give me the beak now. Right. You Puffin freak. Yeah. All right. If you guys don't see the humor in that, I don't know what to tell you because it's fun.
Right, that's a great song.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. So nuclear thermal, nuclear electric. They're going to use one of those 2 ways. Fuel is too heavy. It's too expensive. It's too heavy. None of it makes any sense. I mean, I think we're not going to Mars in rockets.
Yeah,
but
of course not.
Whatever.
And these are just the little things they're seeding us with to help get us adjusted to,
Yeah, I mean, realistically, chemical propulsion is a problem. Now, Elon claims to have found a way to make this cheaper and that he's going to be able to do it sooner. And I just think it's funny that these people are pushing to hurry up and find a way that doesn't include him. Of course, he's going to go there and found his own empire.
I want to say hi to Neo and thank you, Gary, for your comment. I can see the Foxhole chat too, you guys. So yeah, I have it pulled up on a separate screen. It's a challenge, but I can see it right now. Okay, so are we moving on to the next one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you've got like 800 disclosure videos and whatnot.
We got a lot of UFOs tonight. Yeah.
Okay. I know. I'm psyched about it personally.
I know we had a lot of Space Force Space Force news really tonight, which is unusual. Normally we don't have that much. The neurocognitive basis of bias against people who look different.
Yes,
this is interesting.
Well, so they published findings in the Annals of the New York Academy of Sciences. basically they hooked up ways to read the reaction in the amygdala and in the facilla gyri, maybe.
One second. Chris Hawkins, riddle me this, Bat Girls. Why would Susan pull a show off of a channel like this? Fun, truth, and just hanging with friends. Thank you for your super chat,
that was
Chris.
on my
that was
channel
on her
that it was
channel.
hating.
Which, Chris, I don't know if you were following from the jump with her, but she literally, like, Foyle's second or third video went viral. She got, like, I don't know, 75,000 views, something like that. And then they literally locked her channel down. And they've taken subscribers away. Yeah, so they're like, they really don't
They
like
got
her.
mad at the video Tyler made for me. I can't use that.
They really, really don't like her. I would imagine she will not last long on...
The feeling is mutual, YouTube.
Yeah, but that video is really good. Like, you guys know, she always comes with like crazy digs and information, and that one she did on Gates is great. It's all in there, you guys. Like, it's all in there on what he's doing, and that's why they pulled it down, because she puts it all together, you know. So
it happens. Shout
out to Loyal to the Foil. She does great work. It's if we could ever get it out there. Yeah, you know.
He's super helpful.
Yeah.
Right.
So go ahead, continue, Foil.
In any case, they hooked this shit up to people's brains, looking to see what kind of reaction they would get in the amygdala and in the facilla gyri. I think that's right. I don't remember. I'm 90% sure that's right. Alara, if you can look and see if I'm.
Oh, you're gonna get me to correct you on how to pronounce a word? You're out of your rabbit.
No, it's not the I think that's the right brain part. In any case, they had people look at people's faces that had scars or that were mal-shaped or different colors to see what kind of a reaction. I mean, this is our fear and reaction centers to see what kind of, you know, brain signals would come when people were looking at faces that didn't look like theirs. And they found that there was actually, a statistically significant increase in the, signals that are coming out of these fear centers of the brain when people would see scarred up faces or deformed faces or whatever. Now, you can see how this could potentially tie into their arguments about racism, right? Which was why I had pulled it initially.
Of course.
I thought, oh, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the crazy thing is, when they looked to see if these same people that had these same reactions actually reacted differently to people that looked all messed up, they didn't, right? So even though people are having these reactions, they're actually controlling their social interactions and not being total douches to other people just because they look different. Now, they'll probably leave that part out when they go to report on this, right? People actually controlled their reactive centers and decided to approach people with good social interaction, with the ability to help and to look forward instead of looking at what somebody looks like. They said the participants acknowledged harboring explicit bias reflected in negative expectations about people with anomalous faces as a group, but in another part of the study, Workman and colleagues examined moral attitudes and dispositions, the behavior during stimulated social interaction. The fMRI measured brain responses for the 27 participants who saw the faces, and even though they acknowledged it was a bad habit, even though they acknowledged that they had these reactions, when they looked at their social interactions, they did not let it play a part. People are able to see past their initial perceptions and choose to do better to people that don't look like them.
Interesting.
Which is why I pulled the article.
How does that work with the ETs, man? Because
I thought you would ask. I was thinking about that earlier.
We have a visceral reaction to ETs. Even people that are experiencers have this. I mean, you can ask Tyler Koala; he'll tell you all about it. Like he's been getting abducted his whole life, and yet he's had interactions with allegedly benevolent ETs that he freaked out when it happened. Like,
listen, I already told you, you're gonna have to come get me out the bunker.
Right. We already know you're afraid of everything. The spiders, the aliens, the ships.
No, just the spiders and the aliens. Anything else, I got this. I don't. There aren't a lot of things that'll run me off. Those two things, however, are definitely on the list.
Yeah, but how's that going to work? How does that, I wonder why that is. Like, that's fascinating.
I don't know. I'll shoot first and ask questions later. Like, that's just me. We'll see how that works out when the aliens show up.
Maybe, you gotta stop being so...
It is what it is.
At least if you're gonna, just make those assumptions about, at least don't, man, I don't.
Wait. Now, back to the study. There's one other thing that I want to point out. So the participants that were in the study, that were in the highest tier of the socioeconomic status compared to everybody else, they were less pro-social towards the messed up looking people. So the richer people acted more like a-holes than everybody else.
Of course.
Imagine that.
Yeah, of course. Interesting.
Right? They
Very
were less
interesting.
likely to control their visceral reaction, these rich folks, right, than the rest of us.
Yeah, that's so interesting, because it's all about perspective, man. Just everything in life, you know. It's. I remember when my perspective was a certain way until I had certain experiences that completely shifted my perception. I think because of that, that's why I don't judge now, or at least I try not to judge. I'm imperfect, but this is why I don't judge, and I just take in information, because I understand that at one time I had a whole paradigm that I thought was real, and that completely shattered in an instant, and I had to rebuild it again. So I just realized that we know nothing. We really.
It made me think of the story of the Buddha. You know, when he was a prince and his dad put him in the palace and he didn't let him see any dying or old age or malformed people. You know, he was rich. He didn't see any of that stuff. But somehow he was able to force himself out and to interact with everybody else, and he was able to overcome that. But like these rich people, it makes me think like these really, you know, these other folks that live a different kind of life.
Yeah.
They don't get forced out into the, you know, to deal with
evolution
evolution
comes through pain too. And if you don't experience pain or discomfort, I don't understand how you can evolve. And largely I think that that's why we're having this experience here on this planet that we're having, as however unpleasant it is at times, it serves a purpose, you know, a higher purpose. So
I agree.
All right, so this is fascinating. Light-powered spacecraft bound for space's no man's land.
Well, not necessarily space. They're sending them to the mesosphere.
Right.
Like the no man's land in the Earth's atmosphere, like 30 to 50 miles or so, where really nothing flies. I guess, you know, satellites can't, there's too much drag for satellites. They have to be higher, so there's less drag. But in any case, so they have found a way to make these little tiny light-powered, I mean, literally like sunlight-powered craft, right? That are going to be able to levitate in this mesosphere, and they're using photophoresis, which is what they use to power like light sails. Okay, now these are little tiny things, like maybe 6 to 10 millimeters. There you go. There's the video.
Mm-hmm.
So the other video is actually better. You can see
I'll
more.
Play the other one
but
too.
They want to make these, and they want to use these things. Unfortunately, they're going to use them to detect the level of carbon in the atmosphere. Of course, they would have to use them for that, but just to make something overcome gravity with light. And the way that they're doing this is with like a, I guess the pressure in the mesosphere, the things are made out of mylar, which is like balloons, right? But at the bottom, they're coated in these carbon nanotubes. And the way that the pressure reacts to the bottom of the craft, as opposed to the top of the craft, allows them to levitate. And then they're going to be powered, like they can be powered by literally by sunlight.
These are amazing. Look at these little suckers just running on sunlight. Look at that.
Yeah. Kind of nifty. I mean,
just running on sunlight like little star seeds. Look at them. Look at them go. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Just running on light. Look at that.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Okay. All right, so is there more you want to go into with that article, or am I moving to the next?
I mean, that pretty much sums it up.
Okay. Yeah, I think they're pretty cool. Okay. Oh, this is cool.
Thanks, Christina Love. Which one is it?
This is the electric air taxis, man.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Well, it's different because pre-pandemic, you know, I mean, obviously they've all been looking for ways to invest in what they call sustainable aviation, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there were no active, you know, I mean, they weren't actively looking for like air taxis. Apparently, United Airlines has decided to buy 200 electric air taxis from a company called Archer, which is like an air mobility company. They've been building they've been trying to work out the system with the FAA for like urban and intra-urban flight, right? Like with the assumption that we're going to be having like these personal air mobility things. Well, these, of course, somebody decided they wanted to have air taxis, which is great. With the current technology, it says Archer aircraft are designed to travel distances of up to 60 miles at 150 miles an hour, which is kind of awesome. The plan is for the future models, obviously, to go faster and farther. I mean, they're going to launch out in California between like Hollywood, and LAX. They're thinking that it'll actually reduce CO2 emissions per passenger by like 47% a year. So United is getting a fleet of 200 of these that's going to operate, I guess, under the banner of Mesa Airlines, and they're going to give them
might be a good time to get United stock.
Right. Well, now, yeah, it's in the freaking tank, but we're seeing more of this. I think we've had a couple other articles on this show about
air taxis.
Yeah, just personally owned, personal size, like 2 people taxis that they want to have, flying around in the cities and such. So we shall see.
Yep. All right. So the Mars rover, the Chinese Mars rover lander thing landed on Mars. Allegedly. Hold on. Allegedly.
Wait. The Chinese are in orbit. It was our rover that allegedly landed. Could you show them the pictures that I have of the landing of what actually happened?
Yes, that's what I was getting at, Foil. That's where I was going with this. Okay, just a second.
Yeah. So the Perseverance landed, and it's got its little helicopter inside the Ingenuity. We'll see how that goes, but they had allegedly broadcast the landing.
Yeah, so
the other day.
This is one of the first images that came back. Hold on. Pulling it up here. Yeah, this is one of the first images that came back from the lander.
Yep.
I'm
convinced that's exactly how that went down.
It's probably very likely how it went down is what I'm thinking.
Right.
Okay. And then
you didn't see the rioting. There was also some rioting. The locals were not happy.
Yeah, the locals were pissed. So I guess I got a snapshot of that too. We'll show you.
Yeah.
The locals were pissed. They don't like us being there. Yeah, they want us to leave.
Yep. Mars is for Martians, guys.
Yeah. They kicked us out just like the moon did when we showed up there. So,
Can you blame them?
We're not really wanted, it seems, in the...
They're taking our jobs.
Yeah.
Right? It's all bad.
All bad. So let me pull it back up here. Yeah, you got a kick out of that. I know. Big time.
I know.
Probably more so than they did, but that's fine. It's... You win some,
She doesn't think they were funny. I thought they were funny.
So Qualcomm's robotics technology powering Ingenuity drone slated to land on Mars. So yeah, they're sending out a little helicopter drone. I'll show you.
Yeah.
From the
He's actually in the Perseverance lander. They're only going to be able to use him a couple of times and only for very limited flights. I mean, they're, like I said, he's just a little thing, but he's going to have 5 flights over a 30-day period. But it'll be the first controlled and powered flight to get off the ground in harsh conditions in Mars atmosphere, allegedly. Right? NASA is literally equating this to like the Wright brothers. So we'll see what they find. Yeah. Of course, this was a Qualcomm love piece. They provided the processors for this thing. I mean, in all fairness, it's not like one of our little drones. Thanks, Chris.
Did I show you guys the drone? I think
he says,
right?
We are 0-point energy. We've been given the power to channel the negative to the positive. Positive equals love, the greatest of all gifts. Amen to that, sir.
Chris gets it. Okay.
Right.
So I showed them the road. Yeah, I showed them the little helicopter guy. Yeah, I showed it to him.
Yeah, he's only gonna fly a few times.
Yeah. Okay, so that is the end of tech. We'll now be moving into high strangeness.
UFO videos.
Yeah. Right?
Hooray!
Most exciting part of the show.
I know. I'm stoked.
There's a quick article we're going to cover before we go to Mark's fascinating UFO videos.
Those are great videos.
They are great. Yeah. For me to be like, wow, what is going on there? Right? I've seen a lot. So, yeah, they're good. Pentagon admits to carrying out tests on futuristic UFO debris, expert claims. So the Pentagon has recovered UFO debris and conducted tests on futuristic materials, which are a quantum leap ahead of current technologies, a flying saucer investigator has claimed. I want that title. ET expert Tony Bragalia submitted a FOIA request to the U.S. Defense Department on December 26, 2017. He has recently shared links to a Defense Intelligence Agency's belated response more than 3 years on. The letter dated January 8th this year provided partial responses to his request for all information on test results on UAP material from Bigelow Aerospace. Mr. Bragalia? Foil, help me out. You're supposed to be my wingman here, you know.
Bragaglia.
Just,
Sorry,
decide on
I wasn't
something
even
and throw it back.
I know,
you know,
right?
Yeah. So
Bragaglia.
Okay, so Bragaglia
that's
claims
right.
the futuristic materials could have the power to make things invisible, compress electromagnetic energy, and may even slow down the speed of light. Wowzers. Writing online, Mr. Bragalia said, now officially referred to as UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon, rather than UFOs, some of this material was placed with a defense contractor for analysis and storage in specialized facilities. Incredibly, part of the information release discusses material with shape recovery properties, much like the memory metal debris found fallen at the Roswell UFO crash in 1947. He added, although much of the report's details are redacted, what can be gleaned is that these technologies represent a literal quantum leap beyond the properties of all existing material known to man. Mr. Bragalia claimed the information provided in the FOIA response seems to represent reports that are directly relevant to what was learned from the study of the UFO debris and how insight gained from those studies might be applied in the future, but does not include a detailing of the found debris itself. I love how we just get a little of this and a little of that, but we don't get the full story. Like, these things are from off-world, they're not from this world, but then but it's got weird debris and it's got stuff we don't understand.
Well, here's the thing.
But we're not
and
going to
I told
tell you
this-
what it is or where it's from or...
Well, I think all of his docs are up on the Black Vault. And like I told you before the show, they keep talking about this metamaterial, but there are 32 pages that they released to him that were classified biomaterials. That's what I want to see.
Right? So when does the 180 days end? It ends in like the summer, doesn't it? Or are we supposed to get that release, Foil?
I don't even think we have that long. I think maybe late May, early June. Let me see. When did they pass it? Because Trump, they passed it over his veto.
I think it's May.
Yeah. Somewhere
around there. But yeah, we have that coming, and you know we need to call Space Force. I've been saying it for like a month and a half, but you know we need to really like do that. Because it'd be great to get like a statement from them long before that date arrives. Okay, so disappointingly, the results do not include much of what was requested, such as a physical description of the composition of the material, the origin of the material, and the names of the involved scientists. That remains classified. Great, so we can't track them down. Technical pursuit areas derived from the study of those materials, invisibility, energy concentration, light speed control, intelligent metal, were in part released. The release documents help to inform us the potential applications of the materials, but do not offer deep insight into precisely what the debris is made of. They speak of recent experiments to provide new concepts and of theoretical developments that might result in new materials. Mr. Bragalia went on to say how more than 40 witnesses mentioned a metal-like material that could remember itself following the Roswell crash. It would return to its original state instantly after being folded or deformed. He added the DIA believes it's being responsive to the FOIA request by acknowledging UFO debris, its storage by Bigelow, and by identifying areas of future applications of these materials without having to actually name responsible parties, of what elements the material is comprised of, how it is processed, and etc. It is said some 154 pages of the documents which contained a response to his query were withheld, as it shared declassified files on metallic glasses, status and prospects for aerospace applications, biomaterials, materials for advanced aerospace platforms, metallic spintronics, and metamaterials for aerospace applications. The Defense Intelligence Agency has been contacted for a comment.
July 10th.
July 10th? Oh, so we've got
July
a little
10th.
while. We got a little while. Okay, so, hey, Princess Palm, haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you. Hi, US and on. Okay, so Yeah, so the first video we're going to jump onto is one that Foil sent from Reddit, which I found to be pretty interesting, as the UFO is clearing contrails, right? So check this out,
yeah.
guys.
Is that the one? Okay.
Check this out.
This puffin got that stuffing for you.
Puffin.
Muffin.
Just give me
Just
the
give me the
beak
beak
now, you puffin freak. Yeah,
Right.
it gets stuck, doesn't it, guys?
Right.
Good luck with that. All right, so here we go. Oh, I got to turn the sound on, huh? There we go. This is interesting. He's puffing. Oh, yeah.
Look at that. I mean, it's got to be generating some kind of field, right?
Of course.
Yeah, pushing that stuff right out of the way.
Right? All we need is a fleet of UFOs to fly over the sky every day and get rid of the chemtrails. Look at that.
Right? If they were helpful and not, like, spraying us.
And they weren't spraying us, right? We need the fleet
Right,
of
that'd be
benevolent
great.
UFOs to take away the spraying from the sky.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that one's pretty cool. Okay, so let's see. We got one more one that I thought is kind of interesting, only because it's so different. I don't really know what's going on in here.
Oh,
And then we're going to play Mark's videos. What?
right. I
What
think
happened?
this is the one, yeah, the storm chasers. I don't think
Yeah.
the dude doing the reporting even knew this was happening behind him or whatever.
Yeah, with that storm.
Yeah, Travis, I'm up here on Perkins Road, about 3 to 4 miles north of Stillwater. And as you look at this storm as it moves off to the northeast,
Like,
we
what-
have
what is
reports of
that?
hail up to the size
Yeah,
of
it's
three
got
That's
a
not
freaking-
normal for a UFO. What is that? But then watch. But then watch.
southwest side.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Well,
And
this
Wait for
is
it.
all that.
Boom.
All
Gone.
right, thank
Right?
you, sir. Greatly
Well,
appreciate
look,
it.
they
Again,
were
that's
saying they
Darren. He's
thought it
over
was
there,
some kind
one
of
them.
flame trail, but like I don't know about that because when
Yeah,
you look
with
at the
that
videos
storm.
Mark sent
Yeah,
us,
Travis, I'm up here
the
on
way that
Perkins
light
Road,
thing is
about
moving,
3 to 4 miles north
I don't know,
of
Mark, if
Stillwater.
you're out there,
And
what do you
as
think?
Look at this storm as it moves off to the northeast. We've had reports of hail up to the size of 3/4 of an inch. Now it's starting to develop a base.
See
on
how
the
it-
southwest
What? Yeah, but
side.
what is
We're gonna
that?
keep
What?
watching it.
I
That's
don't
not
know.
normal for a UFO. Like, what is? And then it's
All
gone.
right,
Just
thank
like
you, sir. Greatly appreciate it. Again,
I don't know.
that's
Maybe it's one of ours
there's not,
things
and that,
we were
that
testing.
other one. I don't know.
Maybe it's one of ours that we were testing or something. That we were testing some kind of propulsion. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Something along those lines. Okay, so let me pull up Mark's videos. These are rather, except they're a little bit explicit, you guys. So if the cussing is a problem and there's children around, yeah, these are rather explicit, but they're good UFO videos. Here we go.
That would be me recording some UFO stuff. Like what the?
Oh, I'd be me too. It's hard to get a UFO video that's legit without people cussing in it, truthfully. Oops. It's supposed to go over here. Whoa. How does that work?
You don't know me. You don't know my
Hold on.
style.
I don't know why it opened on the wrong screen. Hold on.
There they go. Into the sunset.
There we go. Oh, this is the drunk guys on the boat. Yeah, this is good.
That's a
Take us
UFO,
out of the way.
man. Dude, you got it on cam?
Yeah. UFO sighting.
Over the Atlantic? Or over the... This is a UFO
Pacific.
over the Pacific Ocean.
Right above those buildings there.
These guys start tripping, huh? I remember this.
Man, it's green. Dude, that's fucking... It's green! It's green!
I'd be tripping too.
Right?
It's coming right over us, man. It's gotta be a heli.
Coming for us. Right.
It's green! It's green!
What the fuck? Can you focus in on that?
Barely.
Dude, it's like...
Just give me the
it's
beak
fucking
now.
green or something.
Oh
Right,
my
look at that thing.
god, that's not
What
a
is
fucking...
it?
I don't know, dude. What is that?
What is that? It has like it's a triangle with little wings.
not a
I don't even
helicopter,
know.
What's
David.
going on there?
I don't
It's
even
not a
know
helicopter, man.
what that is.
Man, I'm
Hell
looking right
no.
now.
That is
Oh
like
my
one of the weirdest
God.
things I've ever seen. I don't even know what that is. Maybe they're from a faraway solar system. I don't know.
What
Man.
the fuck?
That's got to be like the Pinto of freaking UFOs right there.
Oh my god. So close. What the
Oh,
What the fuck? What the fuck is it? Man.
that is
Dude,
the
that's unlike
raggediest
anything I've
UFO
ever fucking
in
Right?
history. Look at it.
It looks
I'm
like a
looking through my
toddler's UFO,
binoculars
right?
at this thing, and it makes
It was
no
some
sound.
aliens. They were like, look, they were
It's
like,
going everywhere.
let's try to build
Go
a
practice
spaceship.
over there.
Silent,
Yeah.
man.
And
It's
it's
silent. It flew
silent.
by us at Mach speed.
Dude, what the fuck is that?
Oh my god.
Dude, what the fuck? Yeah.
Oh yeah!
We got it on film.
Right? That moment when you realize
Everybody
you
sees
taped
it, right?
Who's that shit?
Well, they're yelling at the other
My
people
name is
on the other
Dave Horr,
boats.
and I don't know what the fuck that is, man. I've seen shit like nothing like that.
No, it was silent. It was silent.
Dude, there it
Where'd the
goes.
dun-dun
Wow.
music come from?
Fucking
Right?
god.
No, I still see it with my binoculars.
That was. It's. It almost out of focus of the camera.
I got it.
Wow.
Dude, what the fuck was
The
that?
AMC pacer of UFOs, right? It's the
Man,
worst
what the
UFO in
fuck was
history.
that?
Oh my god, it looked like Boba Fett's fucking ship.
Did you see that?
Identify means it could have been Boba Fett's ship, right?
Right? Let's go.
Oh,
like
that's
that.
great.
Right?
That's great.
All right, let me get rid of this video. Find the next one. Those guys narrating it made it even better.
Oh, right. The best
They're
narrations.
great. Is this the same? No, this is the.
Yeah, that's the end of the.
This is the
Wait, no,
cloak.
I don't know what you're looking at.
Yeah, you don't.
Nope.
Okay, here we go. Next up.
Oh yeah, this is wild.
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on here.
What the fuck? Okay, I don't know if you can see this. Check this out. Holy shit.
Warning, more harsh language.
What the fuck is
Right.
that? Oh my goodness. What the hell? Fucking flipping out, dude.
I don't even know what's going on there, dude. Like, it looks like a spotlight, like
Well,
some
Mark was
giants in
saying,
the cloud
like,
with a spotlight.
It was having trouble. That it was having trouble matching the settings. Maybe matching the settings of the clouds, or something.
I don't know, dude. That's bizarre. What do you guys think? Snugglefrisk says that's God. God's flashlight.
Right. He dropped it.
Never set cloak blend to auto. Just saying.
Right. There you go.
Nice.
Right. It wasn't working out right for him.
That is wild.
He's literally pulled over on the side of the road, like, what is going on here?
Right? I'd be
That was the
tripping
strangest
too.
I've ever seen.
Giant with a flashlight. Christina says giant with a flashlight. Time is broken. Thinks it's a glitch. Glitch
The
in the Matrix.
IFR on. Right.
Lori Green says portal. Ari of the Herb says sunrays dancing. Julie Sky says something's bending the light.
Yes, that's it. That's pretty much exactly what I think is going on. Something bent the light.
Lori says plasma portal. I'm with you, Heather. I can't even take a guess. I don't even know what's going on here. I won't even lie. I have no idea what's happening here. It's gone. The finger of God is gone.
The cloak ain't working.
Right? Something's wrong. Okay, so let me see. Let's go to the next one. This is rather bizarre here. Okay, so check this out, guys.
This is somewhat similar, right?
This
Something
is
with
like
the
a
cloaking,
this is a cloaking malfunction. I say cloaking malfunction. What do you guys say? It's got to be a cloaking malfunction.
Yeah, it's very similar to the other one.
So weird. Aryan Barbarian says Bill Gates trying to reflect the sun back in space.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me, right? That asshole.
Michael Scott says light bending around a cloak ship.
Not quite properly, though.
C8 Palpable 2 says spiritual dance. Popcorn Party says God's imagination. I'm saying cloaking malfunction foil. What do you say?
Yeah, I'm with that.
I know it's very similar to the one that was doing the weird light thing, though, too. Heather Raff says web plasma. Lotus says, yeah, or somebody messed up the rendering layers. Ooh, DK says a rippling point between two timelines.
Also would not surprise me.
Well, that's one I haven't heard yet. That's a new one.
I blame CERN.
I think light bending on a cloak ship. Yeah, I think it's a cloaking malfunction. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so, yep. U.S. Anon says invisibility issues. All right, so it's about that time for our space weather girl, Alexis from Ascension Diaries, with our space weather update. Here we go. Interdimensional puffins mating. Oh, that's good.
No, man, you're thinking of beep, boo, boo, bop, boo, boo, bop.
Hello, beautiful beings, and welcome back to another Space Weather Update with myself, Alexis of Ascension Diaries. Today is Sunday, February 21st at 2:34 p.m. here in Arizona, and I am here to report to you some serious space weather updates that are happening today and the last 24 hours. We also had space weather on the Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the 17th, 18th, and 19th, which I'm going to show you a small bit, but really let's focus on what's going to be arriving at us. So here you go. There it is. There's the big CME that popped off from the 20th into the 21st, and that we also had a CME on the 20th. So the 20th and the 21st and on the 19th as well. We had a lot of stuff coming our way, and it's scheduled to land on Monday and Tuesday, so heads up on that for sure. Here it is as the scheduler. So we're this little yellow square right down here if you're unfamiliar, and there goes that giant wave, and yes, it's meant to hit us on the Tuesday on the 23rd, so heads up on that. And we also have some solar wind that's been streaming at us already, so you're going to probably be feeling a little bit of body soreness last little while. Drink a lot of water, get your mineral count up so you can handle it. Eat your leafy greens. We also have a potential for another solar flare to come off as well, so keep your eyes open. That we're in a stormy season right now, as it's seen right here. So on the 20th and into the 21st, we reached mid-level geomagnetic pressure on our planet, which is why it's going to K4, and that's why your body probably hurts a little bit. And so let's show you the Schumann resonance that happened on the Friday, on the 19th, which is what I was reporting on. We had a large blast come in then, so prior to these CMEs coming today and yesterday, on Friday, we had a big blast as well that I wanted to show you. Everyone got excited about. It hit an amplitude of 56, which is pretty good for the 7.83 hertz, but to be specific, the frequency during that blast actually was around a 7.3, not 7.83, which is the average. So it actually went below average when it amplified that loudly. All right, so in Italy, we also see a little bit of activity. I also heard that this equipment was being stalled for a little while there. I'm not seeing anything too significant or strange, neither on HeartMath around the world and so on. You know, South Africa is still getting it every day. That's very normal. The global consciousness dot, which I'm adding, is in the greens and blues a lot today. This is constantly updating, and our solar wind speed that's currently hitting us is a 616, so that's about 200 above average. So yes, solar wind is high. We are seeing it right now at 2:30 in the afternoon, but when you're seeing this tonight, this may have definitely increased. So keep your eyes open as always, and I will be seeing you next week. Thank you.
Thank you for that amazing space weather update, Alexis. She just does a phenomenal job on the space weather.
And much love to you, Neo, and happy birthday to your dad.
Happy birthday, Neo's dad. Yeah, for those of you that are interested in longer, extended versions of Alexa's space weather and the other work that she does, her links are all in the description below. She teaches classes. She does all kinds of different stuff. So definitely go and check her out and like and subscribe over on her platform. And yeah, with that, I think we just about covered it. So, yeah.
Above Duality wants to hear the Puffin song. Aw, thanks, Chris. He says, when the Bible says woman is man's helper, yes, that's true, but it's more like sensei, teacher. Assistance to experience equals love. Just saying. Totally not even trying to be cheesy. No cheese there, sir. No cheese.
Thank you, Chris. Hi, Alfredo. Good to see you. It was wonderful to see you on Conspiracy Couch. Alfredo came on. Yeah, that was super cool. We got to meet Alfredo and see him.
We did.
Yeah. So this fruit fly is still hanging out in here. It just won't go. You know. So you guys, I hope you guys liked the Puffin song. Yeah, I didn't know if we should. Yeah.
You, stuffin'.
No, how does it go?
Right.
Just give me the beat
muffin.
now.
Right.
Hey, and you know what? That music's gonna play in my song in my head every time I go outside and watch those two lovebirds. Give me the beat now. You
right.
Puffin
Look, he really wants to hear the Puffin song. Maybe you can pull it back up on the way out.
Do you guys really? Okay, if you guys want to hear the Puffin song again, type 1. No Puffin song, and we close the show. 0. Repeat the Puffin song 1. Close the show. 0.
Oh, dude, they totally want to hear the song.
Let's see. I'm waiting till the ones start rolling in. Yep, we got one so far. One. Okay, yep. All right, they want to hear the Puffin song again. Let's do it.
All right.
Puffin. You guys got to sing along. Okay, you guys got to sing along and you got to dance wherever you can dance.
Right.
Whichever platform you can dance on. You
Just
ready?
give me the beat now.
You Puffin freak. Yeah.
Right.
Yo Puffin, little Puffin, little Puffin. All right, hold on. I got to pull it back up, you guys. All
right. Well, in the meantime, guys, like, share, subscribe. You can still follow me on Twitter. All of our links are in the description below, including Alexis. Check out her channel. You can donate to Space Force News Live directly at loyaltothefoil.com. Just specify that it is for Space Force News Live. Make sure to meet us here next Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, right, for another awesome episode of Space Force News Live.
Big thank you to all the mods and the people who gave us super chats tonight. We really appreciate
we love
your
you.
support. We love you guys.
Are awesome.
We love our space peeps. All right, so let's hit it. Ready to do the Puffin dance?
Break it down.
Yeah. Yo, Puffin.
Right.
Yo, Stuffin. Oh, yo, Puffin. Puffin. Just give me the beat now.
We might need to go to like 30 seconds in, I think, before the song starts. I don't know.
The mating dance of the Puffin is to appreciate the complexity of these movements. One must enter the mind of the Puffin, like so. Oh, hon, I meant to tell you, last night at Pete's, I rolled a full house, right?
Oh, we gotta get rid
and
of
I
our
decided to go for it, and I got a Yahtzee.
That's so brave, hon. I always keep the odd numbers. They feel so cozy.
Ready?
Oh, hold on.
Hit it.
This Puffin got some stuffing for your Puffin muffin.
Yeah.
You're so good at rhyming.
Yeah, it just kind of happened.
What are you looking at, hon?
I kind of felt a tingle.
I'll go get the laxatives.
It's different.
Hit
It's
it.
like...
This Puffin got some stuffing for your Puffin muffin.
Oh, I know what you
Oh,
mean.
man,
You
they
want
don't
to
do
see
that
some
part.
boobies?
What, like
So close.
right now?
Sure, why not?
This booty kitty got a cute booty. Let's take it off like we're on a race of duty. This booty kitty got a cute booty. Let's take it off like we're on a race of duty.
Boobies like we're in a B movie.
Puffin got some stuffing for your Puffin muffin. Just give me the beat now. You Puffin freak. This Puffin got some stuffing for your Puffin muffin. Just give me the beat now. You Puffin freak. This booty kitty got a cute booty. Let's take it off like we're on a race of duty. I wanna see boobies like we're in a B movie. Alright. This booty kitty got a cute booty. Let's take it off like we're on a race of duty.
Thanks, Christina.
Like we're in a B movie. Alright. This booty kitty got a cute booty. Let's take it off like we're on a race of duty. I wanna see boobies like we're in a B movie. Alright. This booty kitty got a cute booty. Let's take it off like we're on a race of duty. I wanna see boobies like we're in a B movie.
So do you, should we...
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I need socks, and I need bin liners.
You mean
Liners.
to use while we're like...
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
You puffin freak.
This booty kitty got a cute booty. Let's take it off like we're on a racing movie. Like we're in
a B movie. Okay, so I forgot a couple of announcements before we close. Actually, I want to let everybody know that the Keystone Channel is coming back. She will be back on Monday, right? Yes, Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. The show will be on transformation and motivation, so you definitely want to go and check that out on the Keystone Channel. For those that are kind of unaware of the Keystone Channel, she called in to the show, Conspiracy Couch, the last show we did.
Yeah, she's been on.
Yes, that's who we're talking about. Okay, and as far as what I got coming up on this channel, I will be on live with Bodhisattva Love, going over Freedom Assembly stuff, doing a Q&A. We might even do a call-in on that show so that we can help. He'll be doing basically a Q&A live on Wednesday night. That'll be 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 Eastern, and that'll be on, like we've been talking about, the Freedom Assembly stuff and Free Man on the Land.
Free Man on the Land.
Free Man on the Land, like Nicole and I were talking about. So yeah, so you'll definitely want to come and check that out so you can get educated on that and know where you can find proper information about that. And other than that, that's all I have to announce right now. Yeah. Thank you for coming,
Keep your
everybody.
eyes on the skies, right? Stay loyal.
We are your news in this dimension and the next. Good night, Space Peeps. See you next week.